Bro, I don't see nothing.
I don't know. Am I bugging, or
Yeah, you
am I
bugging.
actually seeing something on top where the ice is? You can kind of see like the shape of the upper body. I don't know, man. Like
What?
some things are coincidences, and some things it just is what it is.
Listen, I don't believe in coincidences, but I also don't believe Buddy see what he think he see. Like, what is bro talking about? The body, the top of the body. What's good, Unfiltered fam? Listen, recently I just learned that there's another meaning to the word petrified. So I've always knew that petrified is like being extremely scared or scared beyond movement. Like you're just scared you can't move, right? But I also learned that petrified is like turned to stone, kind of like Medusa. We know the legend of Medusa, where if you look into her eyes, you turn to stone. Well, it's when organic matter, like a human being or an animal, turns to stone. It's also petrified. So with me looking that word up, of course, the algorithm starts pumping out things. And one of the things stood out to me is something that I've heard before, petrified giants. Now, I've always been into, what if giants are real? And I'm not talking about those bums from New York, right? I'm talking about real giants, Nephilim. I haven't really gotten into this, so this is really the first time I've really done some research on petrified giants. I'm going to share some videos that I've seen across the internet, and this is something that I'm probably going to continue to do. So if you see some of these videos pop up, please send them to me. You guys have been great so far. A few people have been sending me some videos about different topics, and I'm definitely going to touch on those topics. But this is one that just stood out because it was something that happened most recently. All right. Before we get into this video, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, share it to your friends, and let's get into it. Oh, and do your research. Make sure you do your research. Don't just believe everything you see on the internet.
The truth about giants been in our face the whole time, bro. Petrified. Like, look at that. I'm telling y'all, yo, this was a couple right before they died. They perished. Something happened, yo, that made everybody turn to stone like on some Medusa shit. I'm trying to tell y'all. Like, look at that. Look at that mitt. Creepy. Look, if you turn the phone sideways, you could just see the face of the mountain right there.
Yeah.
Crazy. Petrified big ass elephant. Look at that shit. Now you telling me they not telling me that's a grandpop that was sitting before you mean? Bro, this is a female's body. Y'all see that? Wow. Look at the foot.
I don't know where these places are. I have no clue. Again, this is my first go around as far as looking into petrified giants, so I'm sure I'm going to learn a lot throughout this journey of learning more and more about petrified giants.
Shit!
Oh, that's crazy. That looks crazy. Hiding in the cave, just looking out at you. Imagine you walking somewhere or you driving and that's what you look up and see. Bah, I crashed my car.
Okay, so all the giants that you see that are petrified were turned to stone because they was destroying the sanctuary that Lilith had created for her people. And the Tartarus was a prison for the giants and the wicked ones. And so basically they started, they uprose and started going throughout the land and cutting down all the trees and stuff like that in hell. And Tartarus used to be a beautiful place. And so what they did was they went out the land, started cutting down the trees and stuff like that. And so when Lilith caught word of it, she came throughout all the land and started petrifying all the giants. And she started like turning them into stone because, you know, she got that primordial magic, you know what I'm saying, where she can just turn you into stone. And so she started doing that to all the giants and all the creatures of the land that was not connected to her bloodline. So that's why you see a lot of the times, you'll see the giants, people were walking or holding each other. It's because when Lilith came, she didn't play no games. She was just taking.
Bro, I know these images right here can't be real. These images that we're looking at, there's no way they're real. But imagine, like you're somewhere in this world and that's what you see. Like, that's nuts. But he's talking about Lilith, right? He's talking about how, you know, she petrified these giants. So, like we were talking about how, you know, I guess she used her gaze or whatever, and she turned them into stone, those that weren't a part of her bloodline. So, again, there's one, I guess, myth you want to call it, about petrified giants. But I know there's biblical, you know, there's apparently the Great Flood. You have submerged in mud. You have all these types of things that could have possibly petrified these giants.
You out. She didn't ask no questions. If you wasn't from the bloodline, she was taking you out. So Lilith still reigns in this kingdom, and she's going to take it back. We live in Tartarus.
Tell me you've never heard of petrified giants.
What is Tartarus? Somebody tell me about Tartarus, because that's the first time I'm hearing about that.
Now look at this. Could this have been the insides of a digestive tract of a giant? As you can see in the diagram, you can see the folds and how similar they look. Could this have been the entrance of the large intestine? So as you can see in the diagram, the large intestine above, if you look on the left, on the cave wall, you can see the ridges. That's very similar to the large intestine. Look at this, guys. I mean, you wouldn't even be able to tell the difference if I didn't tell you. One is pork ribs, one is a salt mine.
That does look like meat.
Look at this. There's more. You can keep on going. Look at this. What does this look like to you guys? Check it out. Here's some rock salt, and here's some meat. Now, what does this look like to you guys? Is this meat or is this rocks? They're rocks. These rocks have manganese silicate in it. And if you look online, manganese silicate is found in the body as a nutrient and stored in various organs and tissues like the liver, pancreas, and kidneys and bones. Come on, guys, the truth is everywhere. You just have to look.
I think there are some things that just connect the body to the land, right? I remember I was in school for personal training, and it kind of blew my mind how different foods look like different parts of the body. Things that grow from Mother Nature, they look like parts of the body. So like if you cut a carrot and you look at like the rings in the carrot where you cut it at, like it looks like an eye. And apparently carrots are good for helping with your eyes. Walnuts, you know, it looks like a brain, apparently. So it's supposed to help you with brain function. You know, I just think there are a lot of things that connect us to the earth. And that's why, you know, when things happen to the earth, we affect it so badly, or vice versa, you know. So that it does look like meat, though. It looks like meat, but there is salt in caves, and I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all
Here
think.
you can see a rock, and the composition, this has iron, and when they turn it over, you can see the fleshy look. There are more examples. Now these rocks, you can see the way it looks like tissue, and you can see in the diagrams above how similar they look. Here you see the cardiovascular system and the similarities. You can see where he's pointing, how it looks like the veins. Here's another example of how it looks like the spongy bone tissue from your cranium. The Bible, it even talks about these giants. It says there were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that when the sons of God came into the daughters of men. Genesis 6:4. This is more from the Bible. And there we saw the giants, the sons of Anak, which come of the giants. And we were in our own sights as grasshoppers. They're saying that we look like grasshoppers to the giants. Truth is everywhere, guys. You just have to look. Check this out. I mean, you can see the feet, you can see the eyes. It's everywhere. But let me know what you guys think in the comments.
That mountain I've seen before. I've never been there, but I've seen pictures of that mountain. Even before this, I didn't think it was real. And apparently in the movie Moana, I never watched Moana, so you're gonna have to tell me if it's true. But they said a giant laid down and turned into a mountain at the end. Like, I saw that during the research. I don't know how real that is, but
And follow for
yeah.
more videos, guys.
So you got to be careful, right? You got to be careful because today's AI, Photoshop, you don't know what's really real, especially if it's just an image on the internet, right? You don't know what's real anymore. So you kind of got to be careful. Like, some of those things, it looked a little too defined, right? If it's been millions and millions and millions of years where this giant has been laying there or sitting there, it shouldn't be as defined, especially with the elements and things like that. We know what happens if we leave, our bike outside in the elements. Eventually it's going to rust and start to wither away. But I don't know. Y'all got to talk to me. Y'all got to talk to me because I'm really not, I don't know much about this. Y'all got to talk to me.
Let's keep it a bean, y'all. This is a troll giant sitting on the chair, bro. Petrified.
That does
Look
look
right
like
there,
it.
you can see my man hands, yo. I'm telling you. There's so many unexplained petrified sculptures out there, bro. It makes no sense, y'all. Look at this eagle. You can tell that this show is like a bear or something, yo. Like real shit. A lot of these things literally be in front of our face, and we just like to deny that shit. You feel me? Now remember when we was talking about the megalithic trees and all that, right? Pete.
That an axe?
Look at that. They want to say, oh, it was just a cliff or weird formation. Like, look at this cave. Yo, tell me that's not some crazy John right there, yo.
I do find it weird that everything that people question, there's always an explanation for it. Like, there's nothing that we just don't know. There seems to be an explanation for everything, and we seem to have the answer as humans for everything. There's nothing that we don't know. Yeah, there's people that know more than other people, but there's nothing that we don't know. There's always an answer. We always have the answer. I question a lot. When somebody questions something, and people, you can see in the comment section, people always have an answer for it, right? Yeah, it could seem like it, but that might not be the answer. That might not be the logical explanation for it. I've always questioned that.
You feel me? That we know that that's something. And this is a real place. Look it up. The Dragon Head Mountain. You feel me? The world really is a mythical place, bro. We're going to figure this John out. You feel me? Oh my God!
Yo, stop real quick. I already know. A lot of people are saying that this is the Leviathan, aka Godzilla, which, if it could be a petrified version of it, right? If y'all know what petrified is, look that up. Petrified giants, trees, mountains, you name it. Now, everybody is pretty much aware of this, right? But I was looking around.
Wasn't the Leviathan like miles long? Like Godzilla ain't that big. I hope that ain't no Godzilla. But I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing.
And I seen something bigger. Maybe it's just me, but tell me what y'all think. I'm gonna guide you so you can really realize what's right in front of us. Peep this clip. Alright, so speaking of like petrified giants and animals, right? It's right up here. If you could see the eye, and the landmass would kind of be, I guess, the bridge of it. It's like a beak. You can see the beak right here, right?
Beak?
Stay with me now. I'm gonna go to the next one so you can see the full body. Pause. So the beak goes out that way. This is like its neck / torso going down.
What is he talk?
What
is bro talking about? I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing what he talking about. He talking about beaks and body parts and eyeballs. I don't see.
Be or would
y'all
appear
see
to
anything?
be either a limb or a fin. I'm gonna show you the second
I see
part
a fin
of the body. Pause. See right here? It's like it loops down like for the stomach and then comes back and it's like another leg and it kind of cuts off like right here.
Bro, I don't see nothing.
I don't know. Am I bugging or
Yeah, you
am I
bugging.
actually seeing something? Then on top where the ice is, you could kind of see like the shape of the upper body. I don't know, man. Like
What?
some things are coincidences and some things it just is what it is.
Listen, I don't believe in coincidences, but I also don't believe Buddy see what he think he see. Like, what is bro talking about? The body, the top of the body. Yo, he just trying to, I don't know. I don't think he see nothing. You know, there's like, I don't know what it's called, but like they have like tests online where you read a word, like a word of a color, right? So let's say you read the word orange, right? But the color of the word, the actual color of the word might be like blue, right? So when they read the word off, you hear the word blue instead of the actual word because that's what you're looking directly at. I don't know what that's called. I don't know what kind of test that's called, but I guess this is what Buddy's doing, but I don't see nothing.
Is right in front of your face. The sky's in plain sight.
Yeah, bro.
Don't let that go over your head.
That went over your
Peace
head.
and love.
That went
Leave
over
what
your
you
head.
think in the comments.
That went over bro's
Tell you a
head.
true story, piece of boom. Watch this video to the end. Petrified giants. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Let's go. No, 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 no! I'm telling you guys, get out of there now. They're alive. I told you they exist. You think it's a game, bro? I'm telling you. Get ready. What is that? Who is that, man? What was that? Huh? What if it was taking a nap? What if it was
you so
relaxing,
close?
recharging in the sun?
Yeah,
Stop
back
playing
up,
with me, son. This video is for entertainment purposes only, and there's no way that can exist. There's no way that's possible. That was special effects. Somebody did that. Shh. Shut up! You know what time is it, guys? I told you about the day in the mountains. Get ready. You think it's a game? Let me show you something else.
I can smell them jalapenos bro had for lunch.
Come on! In various mythologies and folklore, giants are often depicted as being turned into stone, often as a punishment or as a result of divine intervention or exposure to magical forces. What the Shut up! Who said that? Huh? Now, guys, I Googled this. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game, all right, guys. You think what's going on?
Stop playing with me, son.
What if that giant was taking a nap? Turned into stone, magical forces. What are you talking about? Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game, all right, guys. And I think you know what they're talking about. But I'm not gonna say it. Because there's nothing to say. I just showed you. He was taking a nap. He was recharging. Shh. Don't you say it. Stop playing with me, son. It's getting real on you guys. And you better be careful. But I tell you what, if I'm ever out there and I see a giant turned into stone, sitting somewhere relaxing, catching a tan, I'm just gonna make sure I don't go there at night.
There are giant corpses out there in the world turned to stone. And I get it, you're just gonna say this is a statue then. How about these random rock formations popping up in the world then?
A snake? Oh, no. I like snakes. I do. I love snakes. Anacondas? Big snakes? See, I like a snake I could handle. Like something I could fight off if I need to, possibly. Right? Because snakes are very strong too, but you saw that snake? Oh no.
You cannot unsee it.
Oh, I see it now.
Yeah, look here. It looks like something is drinking out of the water, possibly with legs. Possibly. I'm not quite sure. Look at the fucking, look at it, man. All of these, literally, body parts, petrified, millions and millions and trillions of them, all sorts of sizes. And then we've got the flat, level sea that we always have on every continent and every world. Yeah, there is no such thing as the curving water.
Bro went into the flat earth. I'ma say that, you know what? No. I'll save that for another video. The flat earth. That's gonna be another one.
That's just a big fat lie. The heliocentric nonsense. But all of these, my friends, are fucking body parts. Guarantee you. Parts of the fucking... Yeah, it's a beauty. Blue and white. Mental.
Watch till
If you
end.
needed further proof that we live on the remains of a much larger past, and that geology is nothing more than hardened biology, let's take a look at where a trendy and popular ingredient you might have in your cabinet came from. Himalayan salt. You tell me.
That
what
does
these
look like the
caves
inside of a
look
body,
like.
bro.
Let's take a look at some of that salt taken out of these mines and collected into a pile. Now, do those not look like slabs of meat or what?
It does. It
Here's
does.
a closer picture of one. How about now? If pork ribs aren't your cut of choice, don't worry. There's many other cuts to choose from here. In the right conditions, after a great flood-like event, buried and covered in sediment, these petrified beings became the new mountains and hillsides of this realm. If you aren't convinced, let's do a few more side-by-sides. You got rock and meat. One of my favorites, you got bacon, and you got bacon rock. History is nothing more than a set of lies agreed upon, and the same goes for most all of academia. The truth is in the hillsides and in the mountains, hidden in plain sight. Question everything, friends. Until next time.
Yeah, seriously. All that really did look like meat. That looked like meat, y'all. No lie. I'm a vegetarian, so I don't eat meat anymore, but obviously at some point in my life I have eaten meat, and it definitely does look like pieces of meat. That, I don't know. Y'all gotta tell me what y'all think. What are y'all thoughts on petrified giants? Do you believe in the biblical side of it? Do you believe the mystical side of it? Do you believe this something else happened? What are your thoughts? I really do want to hear what your thoughts are as far as petrified giants. I'm gonna definitely be doing more videos of this. I can promise you that. I'm sure there's so much more out there to see. And one day I think I want to visit some of these places. I'm gonna look up and see if these places are real and where they are in the world and visit some of these places. So you let me know if you've been to any places, or you know if there's any places like this that are real, or you know where those places are. Please let me know in the comment section. All right. This one was a cool one. Like I said, there's gonna be more of this. All right. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video, send this to your friends, your family, everybody. Let's keep the engagement going. And until next time.